What is happening, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Ollie, I have no idea what I'm doing, as usual, and today we are playing a game that is a re-release of a game that came out a few years ago. Yes, we are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. I never actually played the original when it dropped a few years ago, but I did see some gameplay videos of it. Notable people who played it were people like Jacksepticeye, Call Me Kevin, and people like that, and obviously I watched those videos. But now it's been re-released in an Ultra Deluxe Edition. Apparently there are some changes to the game, and apparently things can play out a little bit differently. There's even more endings. So I thought I'd jump in and give the game a go myself. Remember guys, as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button down there as well. It would mean an awful lot to me if you did. Make sure you hit that notification bell down there as well, and you'll be kept up to date about when I upload my latest videos. Here's all my socials. Go follow me on there for the latest updates. Okay, let's jump right into the Stanley Parable. Okay guys, we are playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, so let's jump right in.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hi Stanley!
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
How simple?
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Sounds like my job.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Did he not get weekends?
Others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Ooh.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Well, that's odd.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, well let's leave our office, shall we? God, he does walk fast. Stanley does
All
walk
of his
very
co-workers
fast.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Possibly. Where is the meeting room? I forgot. Is this it? No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I love
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Possibly. I love fucking around with the narrator on this.
Yes, truly a room worth
Get
admiring.
ourselves a cold
It had
drink.
really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Drinking it all in. I mean, I did want to get a drink, but it wouldn't let me.
Really, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I wanted to go in that door, but guess I don't have a choice. No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, true. I am pretty bad at following direction. On here?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Maybe we
I'm
have.
not your enemy, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him
I am
what
in
to
control
do,
of the story.
Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Yes, I did.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Thank you. Right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'll do the right thing this time. Into the dark room.
Yet there was not a single person here
Tips
either.
for not getting
Feeling
fired.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It's still changing, though. How to solve a dispute with a co-worker. Let it ball up inside you, take it out passive-aggressively on other co-workers, resent co-workers for not supporting you. What do people want? Things. Money. More money. Things, but with money to buy more things. It's very true. That's very, very true. Broom closet. Oh, I can actually go in the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here. So
There's
he
loads
turned
of
around
things.
and got back on track.
There's loads of things in here. What are you on about? Boss's office.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, up we go to the boss's office. Oh, what's over here? The executive bathroom. Ooh! Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes, if the bosses suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Let's go see my boss. What the hell is business strategy? Just putting a gun to a panda's head. Nice.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
No.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Ooh.
2845.
I want to know.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
Yes,
Stanley
completely
happened to
random.
input the correct code by sheer luck.
Completely random, of
Amazing.
course.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Ah. Is everyone going to be hiding in here doing some sort of devil-worshipping ritual? I kind of wish I'd not listened to the narrator now and just gone through the other door.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Wow.
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Oh, no, it
This
wouldn't.
question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, would it not? Let's go find out the answer.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yes, I read that. Escape! Ooh, I'm going to go this way.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I'm going to carry on going this way.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
No, I'm going to carry on.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yep, I'm going to confront my death. I'm dead. Oh, maybe not. Ooh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Right.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, narrator. Guess I'm dead.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
What?
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh. Hey! I made it out! The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Why are you asking me? Oh, I like that.
When every path
Credits.
you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What?
I mean, I can't even remember if this happened in the original. It's been that long. Button sounds, a selection of sounds used throughout the game. When buttons are pressed, each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Got the credits here. We got the wonderful Kevin MacLeod. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realised shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Right. I feel like I'm missing a lot by ending up here. Oh. What? Monitor room, elevator. Freedom ending. The countdown desk, one of the desks from the early version of the countdown ending. It's just showing me all the endings.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
What?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No.
No.
Perhaps not.
No, I can't.
Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Who are you on about?
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Nah, I'm dead. I ain't gonna quit the game. I'm gonna see it through, whatever happens.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to, completely ignoring the
When
narrator.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
No,
and
it was
Stanley
not.
knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Nope, I just think you're an asshole and I
Wow.
don't want to speak to you.
This room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, well I can't go through that door. I'm gonna have to go on here, but I'm not gonna jump off.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Yeah, you killed
I'm
me.
not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Right.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
What? Have you kidnapped
This is
somebody?
it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then...
Pick up the phone, I guess. Who's on the other end of the line? Hello?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
It's okay, sweetie, it's me!
Right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
That's just cruel.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh, well. Good morning, employee 427. Press R on your keyboard. No, I ain't doing it. Do I have to press R? Looks like I have to.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
That's true, to be fair. Please press G. No, I ain't doing it. Oh, I'm gonna have to press G.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
This game is hitting way too close to home. G to watch TV?
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Isn't that what happened? Press O to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either.
That's
At
what
last,
happened.
Choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again.
And again, and again, and again.
Over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
I'm confused. I could tell my wife I love her. I love you, honey.
But there is no answer.
No.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has.
This is hitting way too close to home now.
But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Okay. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I did it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
I question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. And I tried again.
Please die.
And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What just happened? This is a mindfuck. Was that...
Stanley decided to go
That was
to the
one of the
meeting
endings.
to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others. So the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'll take the door on the left then. That's what you want. Okay, I'm back in my boss's office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
There we
Stanley
go.
happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay, well, let's go down to the mind control facility, and I will go the right way this time and find out what's down there.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, I ain't going that way again. It's so tempting, it just says escape on it. So tempting. Okay. What do we got here? An idea?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I guess, because I'm carrying on. More desks. Cameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Fired.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What? So somebody is in here watching us constantly?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Isn't that kind of what society does to all of us anyway? We have to accept it blindly because we need money to survive.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
No.
His own life in someone else's control.
We cannot
Never.
accept it.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it?
It's evil.
Was it even possible?
Can't
Had
take
he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I guess. I guess we have.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Oh.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
No.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yes, I will. I will be the savior. No idea what that button did, but I pressed it anyway. Mind controls idle, awaiting inputs. System power. I want it off.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Was it over? Is that it?
Yes. He had won.
Is this
He
the
had
way out?
defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
I feel like it's
And
not.
yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
No,
For it
'cause
was
I
not
can
knowledge
leave.
or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
Well, it depends what's on
Whatever
going on
life he
outside
lives,
here.
it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped
Right.
through the open door.
I can't yet.
Stanley felt the
I
cool
can now.
breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Hey, you. Finally awake.
I got a couple of achievements there. Beat the game. And get my first achievement. I suppose in all the other endings I died. So,
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
wait, what? Like, that dialogue was different.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No. This
This
one.
was not the correct way to the meeting room.
No, it was
and
not.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Stanley took the first open door on his left,
Okay, I will take this door.
and so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Now I'm gonna head down here. See what's down here.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He
No, I
wanted to
didn't.
wander about and get even further off track.
Yes.
So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
No. I don't want to go left. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Well, I want to go left now.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What
This one?
was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
I guess I'll hold on.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Right, this way.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
I saw this platform earlier.
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
No!
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
The
Or
doors
did
are...
something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah!
Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh, which way do I go? So many options. Oh, I'm gonna go this way. Oh, well, that's the same way anyway. This way? What's down here? This is like a maze. I'm so gonna get lost. We've come back in
I'll
here.
say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No!
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay, let's see what happens.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
No.
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Can I? Yes. Did me and the narrator break the game?
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The
Did
story.
we?
Here it comes.
We're...
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
I think this is just gonna get very confusing now.
Now this...
Oh,
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
no.
Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yes!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Yeah!
Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all.
I do!
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some
Do I
people
have
win
to?
fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
I disagree.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
So he's put in a line that I
All
have
right,
to follow.
I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line.
Was it this
Just
way?
follow the line. How simple is that?
No. Oh.
No, I'm done. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay, so I have no choice.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Onward!
Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
That got a bit more than weird.
Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of... Wait! Cut the music! Go
what
back
music?
And look at that fern. Now, Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Didn't he say to cut the music? Was that actually part of it, or did the music just not cut out when it was supposed to? Okay, I'm going to follow the line again.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
You're the one who put it there!
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Oh, this direction? Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
What do I want our adventure to be? I want to go around this corner and there'd be like a 1,000 million dragons with anime boobies. That sounds fun. But there's nothing here.
No, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
So I'm ignoring the line?
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Our control.
Important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Oh?
Okay.
I want to go this way.
So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley.
How do you know this?
Awaits.
I want to go through this one. I guess I can't. Okay. The confusion ending.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
So we're at this spot. Find the confusion ended schedule.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game.
No, good on you.
I won't do it.
No,
I won't
don't do it.
do it.
Don't do it.
And the timer stopped?
Oh?
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
Are we free?
Whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
What?
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was
is
only
it actually
a matter of time
starting?
before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Did he... Like, I don't know if this is part of it or not. Or whether
When
I've
Stanley came
actually
to a set of
restarted.
2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might... Coming to a staircase,
Nope,
Stanley
I'm going
walked
down.
upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it.
No, I
He
couldn't.
considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that.
Oh, I could be
and
fired
in such
for
a
that.
competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Well, I mean...
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense.
I'm going to keep going then.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
That's true.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Yeah, it's a bit of a
Were they
loop,
simply
innit?
repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
I'm insane.
He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
It could be.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally
Can I wake
found
up
an
then?
answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. He imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove that he was in control. That this was a dream.
I need to prove that I'm in
So
control.
he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He
Wake
felt
up.
the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm
Wake
through
up.
with this dream. I wish it to be over.
Everything will be fine. I am okay. I'm still here. Fuck.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Who?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy.
What?
This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
Yeah,
And in
like
moment,
that.
She thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
Yeah, I guess
know
you are,
what is
love.
real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Well, I guess I'm
Then she
useful
remembered
for
the meeting
something.
she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
Oh, cheers, love.
And then she turned and ran.
Cheers, love. You're not even going to help me or call an ambulance or the police or anything. Wow, I am inconsequential and worthless. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for today anyway, because I think my brain might be getting fried. My brain might start leaking out from underneath my headphones quite soon. It is such an interesting game, I have to admit. Like, you have no idea where it's going to go, and it's so weird. There'll be a link to the game in the description below if you're interested, but thanks very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button down there as well. It would mean an awful lot to me if you did. Make sure you hit that notification bell down there as well, and you'll be kept up to date about when I upload my latest videos. Also, why not follow me on Twitter and Instagram for the most up-to-date information on what is coming out on the channel. Thanks so much for watching, guys. My name is Ollie. I have no idea what I'm doing, as usual, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.